So the market is very brutal, very red. A lot of investors likely want to leave crypto completely, but I came across a chart, the only chart that you need to pay attention to if you ever lose confidence in this market. It's going to be very helpful. Trust me when I say this is one you do not want to miss. That is for sure. Before I pull that up though, you can see that people are betting that Bitcoin will fall below $100,000 before 2026. You can see here a 67% chance. Now, we all know that if that does end up happening, days like this, where we see these coins down 11%, 10%, 14%, we're going to look back and think this was actually a good day. So yeah, if Bitcoin was to fall below $100,000, the altcoins will be completely devastated. But the question is, what do we do? What comes next? How do we prepare for whatever comes next? Are we going up? Are we going down? Like people say, we are into a bear market. Well, in all honesty, no one actually knows what comes next. But during these time periods, we need to rethink how we approach things. For example, we were expecting a Rectember. These coins are historically bad in September, right? But the complete opposite ended up happening. We got a pretty decent September. And in October, historically, October is a good month. But this time around, what we ended up getting was a October. Like October was not a good month whatsoever. But the point that I'm trying to make here is looking at charts like these is never going to be completely helpful if you don't already have a trading strategy in place, because most charts and historical data are good guidelines to have in your back pocket. There's only one chart, one data that should be in your very front pocket, which I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But I want to get into something else first. All right, I want to show you guys this right here. So the odds of becoming a crypto millionaire is extremely low, obviously. So key factors in reality: low probability for most. The vast majority of crypto investors, over 90% in some estimates, either break even or lose money due to poor decisions. We all know that. We got here early adoption advantage. So most current crypto millionaires became wealthy from investing heavily in major crypto like Bitcoin and Ethereum during their early stages, long before they became mainstream. Now, this is extremely important because I always tell you guys, buy in early and wait. Never catch FOMO. I want to show you guys this right here. So check this out. Number of crypto millionaires has increased by 40% in 2025. The global count of crypto millionaires reached 241,700 in 2025, a 40% jump from last year. Some of you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Because your portfolio continues to go down. Meanwhile, crypto millionaires continue to increase. Well, I'll tell you guys how that is possible. You see, they know something that most investors just refuse to understand, which is the probability of losing money. So here's a diagram showing the probability of losing money after buying a crypto at its all-time high. Roughly 88% lose money versus 12% that make money, based on historical market behavior across most coins. Now here's another one: the probability of losing money when buying a hyped cryptocurrency. So here's a diagram showing the probability of losing money when buying a crypto surrounded by heavy hype. About 93% lose money and 7% make money, highlighting the risk of following market euphoria. So you see, if you're not able to rethink how you approach things, you're always going to be the majority in crypto, and the majority in crypto loses money. All the people that was able to enter millionaire status for 2025, I guarantee you that they all had something in common. And what they probably had in common is they understood the reward of being patient. And they understood this because they understood that crypto goes up over time. Not all coins. I'm going to show you guys that chart in just a second. Those people were most likely not buying these coins all the way up here during max euphoria. Everybody's saying buy, buy, buy at all-time highs, top class. That's not when they want to buy. They were buying coins when they see the charts at the very bottom here. And again, that's because crypto goes up over time. Let me show you guys this chart that I'm talking about right here. This is the only chart that you really need to be paying attention to if you're ever going to continue in crypto. This chart right here, the return on investment. All right, so this is the chart showing Bitcoin, gold, and the S&P 500. As you can see, over time, obviously, Bitcoin is leading by far. It's not even close. But all three of these things have something in common, and that is they go up over time. And because we know this, there is no need to necessarily panic. Yes, in the short term, things are going to be extremely rough. You're going to go through some serious pain, 1000%. You can't escape pain in any investing, but over time, we're going to go up. But the only people's portfolio that's going to go up are the ones that get in early. I'm actually going to show you guys some upcoming potential narratives where you can get into some of these coins early, and there is a chance where you could make some pretty decent return off of it. Because even though the market doesn't look that great right now, not everything is crashing, because if you take a look at something like Zcash, we can see this thing is sitting at $408. This thing is still going up on the day, even though the market is going down. So there's always a bull market in a bear market. So never give up, never stop looking, because there's always something that's going up while all the other coins are going down. All right, the last thing that you want is to be this person right here. I actually posted this on my X account. You guys could follow me on X. My X account is going to be in the description down below at Money and I. But this is most investors, all right? You see a price going up and you're like, oh, I'm a retard. Why didn't I buy? And then you see the price comes down. Oh, hey, I'm not buying that shit. And then the price goes back down. And I think this post is pretty self-explanatory. But you don't want to be this person right here. But again, like I said, there's opportunities always in the market despite what the overall market is doing. Okay, so the first opportunity in the market right now is Bittensor and its subnets. Okay, as you can tell on this chart, Bittensor has just been slowly going up over the last little while. And the reason for that is the halving is coming up. Tau is sitting above this level right here, which it hasn't seen since May. So a lot of the altcoins really start to take off in April. Tau came up to $485 and just hadn't been doing nothing. But recently, it made another, I guess, somewhat high since the April lows, and that was up here at $537. And because of the Bittensor Tau halving, which is only 38 days away. 38 days away, and I believe that people are going to be buying Tau and its subnets, and that is something that cannot be ignored if you ask me. Of course, anything can happen because we see Bitcoin right now sitting at 106,000, Ethereum sitting at $3,600. If this continues to go down, 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 you never know what's going to happen. But like I showed you guys earlier, Zcash is still going up, right? So Tau could potentially go on a run, and related coins like, for example, something like this right here, which is Tatsu, which is a Bittensor Tau subnet. So you guys might want to check something like this out. TATSU. If you're bullish on Tau, you could be bullish on something like this as well. The volume isn't sky high right now or anything like that, so be careful about something like this. High risk. If Tau takes off, then we can see some coins like this really takes off as well. But the safer play obviously is going to be Bittensor Tau. All right. And again, we saw Zcash take off, and that was already sitting at a pretty decent market cap size level. But would you rather catch a 5 to 10x, or would you rather catch no money whatsoever? So it's all about staying ahead of the game, right? You need to know what's coming up and then getting into these things super early before everybody else. Now, that being said, while I was making my Tau videos, I believe Tau was sitting at maybe just under $400. And I was telling you guys, if you see Tau under $400, that's a good buy opportunity. Right now, it's sitting at $484. So I don't know if you necessarily want to get in right here. But if you see Tau pull back to $400, that's a great buy opportunity. But what you do see on this chart, it looks like it might start to form support around $450. Okay, so keep that in mind. Another opportunity in this space, which is providing a potential great run, is something like the ISO coins. So we do have something coming up November 22nd on in 2025. So the next major ISO 20022 deadline, November 22nd, 2025, marking the end of coexistence period for MT and ISO 2022 messages on the SWIFT network for payment instructions. So we cannot ignore signs. I tell you guys this all the time. And if you're looking to get any of the ISO coins, you can just do a quick Google search and check out what's here. You know, XRP, Stellar, XLM, ADA, IOTA, Algorand, stuff like this, right? They could potentially go on a run. So maybe we can see some of these coins do what Zcash is doing during this discussing time in the market. All right, the idea here is you want to buy low and you want to wait for everyone to catch up. But if you are able to buy low in a upcoming potential narrative, potential catalyst, then that's even better because your odds there increases in your favor. So let me show you guys this chart once again. The probability of losing money after buying crypto at all-time highs is 88%. So this is not what we should be doing anymore. Right now, we buy low while things are low and in the right narrative and with upcoming potential catalysts. That's what we need to be paying attention to right now if we're going to make it in this space. If you're looking to bring your portfolio back to where it was before the market took this recent disgusting dump, I believe this is one of your best shots of making money. Buying these coins early, potential narratives, upcoming catalysts, and we'll see what happens there. But in terms of whether or not the bull cycle is over, I believe it is far from over. As I just showed you guys, there's always a bull market somewhere. It's a matter of just getting in the right coins at the right time, all right? The last thing that you want to do is getting into these coins after everyone's like, hey, the bull market's back on, because at that point, these coins have already been rallying. So buy low, sell high. You guys already know this, but now it's time to finally apply it. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links down below, and until next time, take care.